Aloha Aries, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, bringing harmony to your head, to your heart, and to your home. I offer feng shui home and office consultations, private angel intuitive readings, and life and business spiritual mentorship. So today we are here for our Aries, and I say our because I'm an Aries as well. This is my favorite reading. You guys know this, fellow Aries. We are going to be talking about June. So we're in this energy of the summer and this really vibrant, plentiful energy, right? So I'll be sharing with you your theme for the month, which is going to give you sort of the general overview of the month, kind of the bird's eye view of the month. And then I'll be drawing some additional cards from my favorite deck to give you a little bit more of the nitty-gritty details. And then I'm focusing on love relationships this month. So we are going to be doing a love reading or reading about your romantic relationships. The last thing that I'm going to be doing is I've drawn a card from the Sacred Traveler deck. So oftentimes people in the summer, and of course it's summer in the western part of the world, but Australia, New Zealand are going into winter, but in summer, oftentimes people are traveling more, and I just felt called to bring in sort of that traveling energy for our souls as well. So I'll be giving you some information about what guidance we have on our journey here on Earth. Two things I want to share before I get started with the reading. One is for realtors. So if you are a realtor or you know a realtor, there is a brand new Facebook group called Realtors Feng Shui Resource. And this is a group that I've created. It's free. And it is meant to support realtors. So part of the information or the guidance that I was getting around this is it's part of my divine purpose, if you will, to help raise the vibration of the planet. And part of the way that I'm meant to do that is by raising the vibration of individual homes. Realtors come in contact with a lot of homes. So by connecting with realtors, I'm able to help facilitate raising the vibration of many, many, many more homes than I could do all on my own. So I'm providing feng shui tips and self-care and energy tools for realtors to help their buyers and their sellers be able to move through that transition more easily, and again, to energetically raise the vibration of individual spaces. So if you know a realtor, the link's in the message below, or they can just search Realtors Feng Shui Resource on Facebook. It's a private group. They can request to join. So that is something brand new that I started just in the last month or so. The next thing that I want to share with you before I jump into the reading, thank you for your patience, is that I do still have openings for my Maui retreat. So if you're interested in spending a week with me and the angels on Maui, super high vibe, super transformational, and so many beautiful things that we're going to be doing during that retreat. If you're feeling called to that but just aren't sure, go ahead and schedule a virtual coffee chat with me. I'd love to chat with you about it, and I'm happy to pull a card for you. I won't interpret it for you, but I will pull a card for you so that you can see if this opportunity is meant for you, or maybe it's not the right time. We never know, right? And I'm totally unattached to how that plans out, but I'm happy to chat with you about it. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of your reading, Aries. So we have our theme for this month is the Knight of Fire. Fire cards are all about passion, about action. This particular card is interesting because it is about something coming up, like some sort of event or some circumstance coming up in your life this month that requires your immediate attention. And the thing about this card is, yes, you need to act quickly, and it's also about taking your time thinking through the decision. So it's sort of that dichotomy that you have going on there. So time is important, and yet they want you to slow down and go within to check in. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the month of June. Let's see what else we have going for us this month. So we've got a pretty good balance. So we've got fire, we've got air, we've got water, and then there's a change card in the center as well. So pretty good balance. We don't have a lot of earth energy for us, well, no earth energy right now for us for this month. So that's one thing that I would just maybe look at, you know, being grounded. Make sure that you get grounded so you are taking care of that aspect of things. But I feel like summertime, it's easier for us to ground. I mean, here in Maui, we're barefoot all the time, but I know on mainland, you're not. So summertime is a great time to walk barefoot. That's really helpful in grounding your energy. So we've got the 10 of air coming in. Air cards are all about the head, the intellect, what's going on upstairs, I like to say. And this is sort of the coming out of the forest energy. So it's the end of a difficult situation. It's about embracing the change that's happening in your life and expecting things to get better, right? The energy of that. And sometimes it can too be about recovering from some sort of addiction. So addictions can come up in a lot of different ways. Obviously, people can be addicted to drugs or alcohol or smoking or food or different things like that. But you can also be addicted to drama. You can be addicted to social media these days, right? You can be addicted to busyness. That's a big one, right? Where people are just filling all of their time. So this energy for this month is we're pulling out of that, right? So whatever that addiction is. And for me, I was feeling like I was really getting engrossed in social media quite a bit. And so it, you know, for me, I feel like I'm pulling out of that. I'm not, you know, I'm not focused on that. And it's interesting dichotomy too, because of course with my business, I'm on social media or I'm posting things, right? But there's another aspect to that of reading the feed where you get sort of sucked in. And you guys know what I'm talking about because you can get sucked in and read something that leads you to something else. It's like that rabbit hole, right? So that is something to be released, at least in my life, right? Okay, so then we've got the 19 card, which is the sun. This is an Arcana card, which I read as a change or a shift card. The sun is a great card. It is Archangel Uriel that's coming in with this, and this is a happy outcome. So it bodes well for whatever's coming up for you in your life in the month of June. It really looks good. There's lots of new ideas that lead to success. So you're going to get some brilliant, in fact, new ideas that will lead you to success. The beautiful aspect of this, though, and the thing to remember is, like the sun, have confidence in yourself. So the sun never wavers, never questions its brightness, right? But we do. In our humanness, we do question our brightness. So that's part of what our, you know, focus needs to be this month, is about having confidence in ourselves, shining as brightly as we possibly can, just like the sun, right? Because there's millions of suns, and also grabbing onto those ideas, right? Because that will bring success for us. Okay, so then we have the 7 of water coming in. So 7 of water is kind of an interesting card. 7 in Feng Shui relates to creativity in children. This particular 7 is about decision making. So there's some sort of complex or complicated decision that needs to be made in the month of June, okay? So it's also sort of a duality card, because on the one hand, for some of you, you may need to do a little bit more research. You may need to do a little bit more checking in with yourself about it. Other people just need to stop procrastinating and do, you know, make the decision, right? So you'll have to feel into that as the month goes along, and just check in with yourself. You know, when you understand what the decision is about, check in and like, am I procrastinating about this? Am I dragging my feet and making a decision, or do I need to get more information? Okay. All right, so let's see what is happening in the love department for the month of June. I thought doing the romance reading for this month is good, because summertime is often, you know, a time where fresh energy comes in for love relationships, and I thought it would be Thought it would be fun. Okay, so here's what we have. We've got let go of control issues. This is always a really, really great reminder, because so many times we are wanting to control how things go, or we're wanting to have, or we're having some sort of attachment to a particular outcome with something. Let go of that. Allow yourself to surrender. Really letting yourself allow things to unfold just as they naturally will, right? You don't need to push anything. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to worry about anything, right? Just allow things to really unfold. I love this card. I love it. I love it. And this is a fun card as well. Flirt. So flirting is so much fun. And this particular card is about extending your lighthearted energy to others, right? So being in that space of flirting, having fun, putting your joy out there, putting your bright light out there, and letting your energy shine, right? We love, love, love that. Okay, so the next card that we have is this could be the one. And the energy around this, you know, obviously, if there's somebody that you already have met or you're already seeing, the energy around this is letting you know that this could be your beloved. This could be your one. And for other people, it might be that you've already met the person. Maybe you're not actually dating yet at this point, but you've already met the person, right? So there's that energy. Sometimes it's I think about this with, I have a high school reunion coming up, and there's a lot of couples in my class that have like gotten together at reunions, right? And so it might be somebody that you've known like from your past or something like that, and there will be a reconnection or a connection. Maybe you never dated, but there may be a connection, that type of thing, right? And so just be open. And again, that's all we ever really need to do, is just really, really open our hearts. Really be in that space of allowing whatever wants to come through, and surrendering, you know, right? Because that's the way that we can allow the universe to line things up for us and to bring in that sense of flow for us. So love those cards. All right, so now we have a Sacred Traveler card for you. And this Sacred Traveler is the Fellow Travelers card. So this is letting you know that you have fellow travelers with you. You have support. And this is twofold, right? The support is in the physical, as in actual people in your lives, and it's also in the non-physical. So you've got all this support that is all around you. And I think I love this because, of course, it's got a rainbow on it, which I really strongly connect with as living in Hawaii. And whenever I see rainbows, it's sort of a message from my team that I'm on the right path, right? So this energy around the rainbow. So look for signs also of this support. That's the other thing that they're wanting to bring in. They're constantly, your spiritual team of angels and guides, your higher wisdom, God, source, whatever it is, that higher power that you believe in, is constantly sending you messages and signs. So open to them, like be aware of them, right? There's oftentimes people that have transitioned, our loved ones, send us dimes or pennies. I just had this happen to me yesterday. I got out of the car, and I don't almost never have pockets in my, because I typically wear like, you know, skirts or dresses or things like that don't have pockets. And I got out of my car, and I noticed a penny sitting on the seat. So I have a friend that transitioned quite a few years ago now, and I just knew immediately, because his picture came into my mind when I saw the penny, so I knew immediately that that was a message from him. So pay attention to the messages and signs that you're getting. They're constantly, it could be numbers, it could be pictures, it could be, you know, coincidences, which I put in quotes because there are no such thing as coincidences. So those synchronicities, right? Those things that happen when you hear about something more than once, right? Those are the type of signs. And I do have a video on the Intuitive Tuesdays series. So there's a playlist called Intuitive Tuesdays that's all about signs, symbols, and synchronicities. So if you want to learn more about that, go look at that playlist for those 3 videos. All right. I am going to say aloha. Stay tuned for the next little video that's going to share something free that I've coming up that is going to be very fun for you. So check out the next video. In the meantime, much love and aloha. Aloha, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I've got a super special treat for you guys. I am offering a free Find Your Flow webinar. There's going to be 2 dates, May 31st and June 20th, 2019. I will be sharing with you the 6 steps that will help you find your flow, what is clogging you or blocking the flow in your life, and my #1 most practical and immediate action that you can take to shift into the flow state. Super excited about this. Links are below in the description. Have an amazing, amazing day, and we'll see you on the Find Your Flow webinar.